Well, today's been quite a day, and I'm quite burned. My face is a bit of a tomato because today was really hot. It was really hot today. It must have been over 30 most of the day, I reckon, and there was basically no shade for 90% of the day. It was a lot of riding out in like open fields. Um, which was really great. Really enjoyed today actually, but yeah, the sun just cooked me. Like I had sunscreen on all day, reapplying like every couple of hours, and yeah, obviously wasn't enough because I'm just cooked. But yeah, today was another a first in that it's the first time of the whole trip that I've run out of water. I drank everything that I had because it was so hot, and I was sweating like a dog. And I ran out probably around, I don't know, 4:30 or 5 o'clock or something. And at that point, I didn't think I had too much further to go, so I just kept pushing, and it looked like the sun was kind of going down a bit. It was like, you know, get a bit of cloud cover, so I wouldn't get too much. I wouldn't sweat too much more, I guess, was my logic. And yeah, I cycled for another couple of hours. I didn't get to camp here until about 7, so it was a pretty long day because I left camp this morning around 9. So it was a pretty big day, but yeah, I did have a couple of hours break throughout the day as well, so it wasn't completely back to back. But yeah, I managed to eventually find a little like water bottle filler, um, some basically a tap in the park, and I filled up my bottles and just poured the water on my head and made a mess of myself, which was great because I was parched. And I've developed a slight headache, which I've taken some aspirin for, so that seems to have cleared it up. But yeah, obviously just had too much time in the sun today and not enough water, so that was a bit silly. But yeah, just you don't notice until you're really looking for water, but there's really not many taps around. And another weird thing I've noticed here in Europe is that people will have taps on the outside of their houses, but they'll actually take the handles off the tap, so you can't actually turn them on. So that happened a couple of times. Like I saw a tap, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just go fill up my water bottles." There's a tap here, and then I went over there, and there was no handle, so I couldn't actually turn it on. So I don't know. I think that's a bit silly. Like, I guess maybe they're worried about people stealing water, but come on, if someone needs water, that you should just give it to them. Anyway. Um, it was a really good day. Actually, it was a really good day, and I continued my experiment of my double experiment. First, the experiment of leaving camp as early as possible and not having breakfast until a bit later. And again, I was glad I did it, but it didn't work so well this morning because although it didn't rain last night, it was very like foggy when I woke up. So basically, my tent and everything was pretty saturated when I woke up, and I had to pack it all up wet, which is not great. And so that made things a bit slower. I also just got up a bit later as well, so yeah, I didn't leave until about 9 this morning, and the second experiment was the microdosing. So I had the second microdose of the truffle today, and it was, I don't know, like if it was the truffles or the fact that I'm just feeling a lot less sick, like I'm just coming on the other side of this cold, but I just felt like pretty much until like after 2 p.m. like I felt just fantastic, and I had heaps of energy. I was really excited. I was like super keen to be back on the road again. Like I was just smashing through the kilometers like they were nothing. Just enjoying all the sights. Like I was looking at everything with beginner's mind again, which was really cool. And I don't know, that definitely felt like to me like it was the truffles doing their magic. And that's a really cool thing about them. Like I distinctly remember in the morning like packing up, and I could feel this shift in my mind between looking at everything in terms of problems to be solved, and then switching that mindset to solutions to be found. And I think that kind of like subtle change in perspective between those two things is really powerful, and that kind of sat with me throughout the rest of the day. And it was really cool. And pretty much one of the first things that happened after I set off in the morning, like the track ended up going through the forest, and that was really cool. I really enjoyed cycling through the forest tracks. And soon after that I came across a little farm, and there was this huge kind of like tractor thing with like, the tractor itself was probably about 3 meters wide, but it had like a really long arm on each side, which was using to spray like water, I think, or maybe it was pesticide. But the arms on each side was probably, they're like 15 meters long. And so I kind of sat on my bike and watched it, because it went up to the end of the field, and I was like, how is it going to turn around? Because there was no space for it with its huge arms. And surely enough, the arms lifted up and then they folded all the way back in, so the thing compacted down to the size of the tractor basically. And I was just watching this like in awe. I thought it was so cool that the thing managed to pack itself back up. Then it turned around, did a little U-turn, and then unpacked everything all again, and then did the next line of vegetables or whatever it was watering, and that was just so cool. It reminded me so much of like an assignment we had in second year of uni, where we had to design this kind of wheeled robot that could fold itself out of a small box at the start, and then go and pick up some bowls and then bring them back again. And we basically failed at that project, but obviously some people could do it really well. That was if I'm sure if I wasn't if I hadn't taken the truffles, I probably would have just ridden straight past it. But I just thought it was so cool, and just really enjoyed riding in the morning, as I said. And it wasn't until like after I stopped for lunch that I started to feel quite tired again, and my bloody internet's been not working basically all day. I don't know if it's just because like I'm so close to the border, it doesn't know like which network to connect to. Because like once I got pretty close to Belgium, and then it like connected me to the Belgian network, and then I moved away again, then it disconnected me, and then it didn't know what to do with it. So I'm not sure what's going on exactly, but it's pretty frustrating, because basically I had no idea where I was going to camp tonight, because I couldn't get on the internet to basically look anything up. So what happened in the end is I was able to get internet for like a minute, and then I looked up some campsites, found one which was kind of in the area that I was heading to, managed to like save its location, and then my internet dropped out again. So I basically was committed to going to that campsite no matter what. And I was pretty tired at that point. I didn't really want to go. It was pretty out of the way to get here. And right at the end of the day, like after I was like just cooked, and I don't know how many kilometers I rode today, but I reckon it was probably over 120, if not more, because it has been very flat, and I rode probably 8 hours today, and I've been averaging 20 k's an hour. So I'd be curious to know how many I actually did, but I don't know. But at the very end of the day, like as I was coming towards this campsite, I was trying to find my way there, and the road kind of stopped, and I looked up, and there was like a really big staircase to the other side of the road that I had to push the bike up, which was really tough. Like the bike probably weighs 40 kilos, and I was just cooked at this point. Anyway, I got up there, and then I got to the campsite, and I was shocked to learn that to camp here was 38 euro plus another 20 euro for a key deposit. So the whole thing has cost me 58 euro, which converted to Australian is 100 Australian dollars just to pitch my tent. It's just ridiculous. So I'll get 20 euro back tomorrow for the deposit, but still that's like $60, and there's no kitchen, so it's unbelievable. Especially because like the last couple of nights I've camped, I've only paid like 20 euro, so I don't know what is so special about this place. But yeah, anyway, it's annoying my internet doesn't work. I'm gonna probably call the Telcom people tomorrow morning and see if they can fix it in any way. I don't know. Otherwise, I hope it starts working when I get to Belgium, which should be tomorrow. Belgium, not Belgian. So yeah, I'm pretty much next to Maastricht now, and so yeah, I'm like pretty much right on the border with both Belgium and Germany. And so yeah, I'll cross into Belgium tomorrow, start heading towards Liège, and then decide if I'm going to head to Namur or head straight down south in Belgium towards Luxembourg. So yeah, the trip's going on. It's every day goes a little bit further, and yeah, my face is burned. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say some other things, but that's probably about it. I'll leave it there.